Alright, we should be recording now. Alright, bang, bang, bang. So this is actually going to be the first trade recap. This is the first time I'm doing this, so bear with me. Alright, so first things first, I'm really just going to go over the two trades that I sent in this group. I'm going to go over why I took them, what I was looking at, everything marked up on the chart. I know it may look a little confusing to some people, but um, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of explain why I took these trades. So first things first, if you look at the dollar, this is kind of the way I was looking at the dollar. Heading into the end of this week. Now, with this new week coming up, you can kind of see this big like. Yeah, let me redo that. If we here, I'll actually kind of go on the daily too, so you can see it a little more. But if we get some rejection right here, we could see this type of head and shoulders, right? Now that's always just a possibility. You always want to keep in mind every possibility because we don't want to be guessing what the market's going to do, I guess you could say. We want to react, So guessing, you want to have a solid prediction, but you don't want to, you don't want to rely on that so much. If the market starts to do something that's not really pertaining to what you thought was going to happen, don't be so married to your bias. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to mark up a chart, mark up a trend line, and then it starts to disrespect it a little bit, and you just want to leave that trend line there because you want to have your trend line in the right spot at the right time. Da, 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 da. It's hard to be perfect when you're trading. You know what I'm saying? So first things first with the dollar. This is how I was looking at it. I have this big wedge right here. I do think that the dollar is going to continue going up. Me personally, I think we're going to eventually break out of this like wedge and move up higher. It all depends on news and stuff with the dollar though, because the United States is in a weird place with our economy right now. So it all depends on fundamental analysis. The technical analysis is really it's just charts at the end of the day. Fundamental analysis is the backbone of trading. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta wait to see what happens with jobs and stuff. All the stuff happening in our country. So this is the big wedge I saw. I saw this little like ascending triangle right here, and this kind of indicates a bullish market, and bullish just means moving up if you don't know. So this kind of indicates that we are going to be moving up eventually. It just is going to take some time. We don't know when, but we know that with this kind of pattern forming, that it is likely to move up. That doesn't mean it has to, but it's likely to do that, right? So with this looking like this, I was looking at USDCAD, and I'd been looking at USDCAD since like back here, right? This is when I started looking at USDCAD, like way back here. I missed this huge move, missed this sell, and I knew it just had to do something because of this, right? I knew we had to either move way up. We're either gonna shoot past this, or we might get up here, consolidate a little bit, move up some more, or I knew that we are gonna continue down from here, and that would mean this would obviously move down if the dollar got weak because the dollar's in front, right? So if the dollar went down, then this would have went down, and we could have seen a strong move downward. But because we're moving back up, I also had another wedge thing. You can kind of see another like ascending triangle sort of like right here. It's not really perfect, but you can see this little triangle right here. And I was kind of really assuming because of this trend line, and I have these little dollar signs marked up because there's just a lot of liquidity resting under this trend line and under this support level. And liquidity is just money, where orders are placed at, you know what I'm saying, where big money moves are being made, and that's really liquidity simplified. I know that still might be a little confusing, but I'm not really here to teach right this second. So we took this because it was on this trend line. I actually sent the trade out around here, right? I had the stop loss just below this level. We actually ended up getting stopped out, but I had my alerts on. I was actually watching this, and I saw this bullish engulfing, right? It closed back above this close. It did not close above my level, but it closed above this candle. This candle moved up and it retested right here. As soon as this candle bounced off and we had this little like shooting star, I entered, and I saw this little shooting star. I was waiting for a little bit more. It actually came down, started to move up again. I entered, same little 20 pip stop loss, and we were in that trade. And that's the beauty of monitoring your stop loss. I kind of said that in the chat. I said that in the chat right after I sent like the result of this trade, because we got stopped out. I don't even know how many people caught these trades, but that's the beauty of monitoring your stop loss or setting an alert. That's what these orange lines are. You want to set an alert close to your stop loss so that when it gets to your stop loss, you can monitor it. Sometimes you can take your stop loss out if it's moving slow and you think it's really going to tap your stop loss and move up. Then just take your stop loss off and watch the chart for a little bit, and maybe it'll just tap where your stop loss was, and then it'll move up. You can put your stop loss back in, it'll hit break even, you can move your stop loss to break even, and you're still in that trade, because you monitored your stop. And that's important. You shouldn't just be setting it. I mean, you can obviously set a stop loss, set a take profit, and just walk away from your chart. But a lot of the times you're going to get caught up in getting stopped out doing that, because a lot of retail trading, a lot of us think the same, you know what I'm saying, which means a lot of our stop losses are in the same spot, a lot of our orders in the same spot, which means non-retail traders are going to be targeting those spots to grab liquidity, right? And that's what I mean, like, there's so much money resting under here, there's so much money resting under here, because this trend line, it's going to get to this trend line, bang, retail traders are going to buy right here because it's hitting the trend line. Retail traders are going to buy right here because it's hitting the trend line. They're going to buy right here because it's hitting a trend line. They're going to buy right here because it's hitting a trend line. But the thing that a retail trader will do is they'll set a stop loss, not so far, which is what we ended up doing with this first trade. We ended up setting the stop loss too close. We got stopped out, which means the market grabbed our money, and then it moved up. So all that the market's doing when it's moving under these levels of support and then swinging back up is it's grabbing more money. You know what I'm saying? And you can kind of see it happen with, like bigger moves. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you'll have like a big move and it'll go grab a lot of money before it makes the move. You know what I'm saying? So like right here, you can see this. Bang. This is a good example. Okay, so right here, market starts to come up, creates this level of support, right? But then the market swings down. Now you could have a buy right here, and you could have your stop just below this level. You could have a buy right here, right? It starts to move up. You're like one touch, two touch, three touch, starts to move up. You buy, have your stop just below this level, you get stopped out. And the reason why you're getting stopped out is because your stop loss is too close. And that's not the only reason though. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that go into the process. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that this one thing is the reason why I'm getting stopped out, but this may be a problem. You know what I'm saying? You're setting your stop loss too close. You're setting your stop loss where a bunch of people are setting their stop loss, which means your money is going to get grabbed, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So right here, a lot of retail traders are going to buy because it seems like a level of support, so then it's going to go grab their money. And even smart traders, they're going to have their stop loss below these lows, because they're like, okay, I'm going to let this trade have some breathing room, right? They get in right here because it had some, you can see right here, I'm kind of covering it up a little bit, but to the left of this closed box, you can see that candle wicked up above this level. So then we could have been looking to get in right here. We could have put our stop right below these levels, and still we got taken out, so that market makers or non-retail traders could grab our money to make the big move up. And that's the reason why a lot of times retail traders will get the direction right. You know what I'm saying? Well, your directional bias isn't wrong. You'll get the direction right. You'll get the trade right, but you're not getting in at the right time, or you're not setting your stop loss far enough. And that was a lot of my problem. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I honestly I hope to help be transparent enough to help you guys in this group start to avoid those type of situations, you know what I'm saying? Like these, you know what I'm saying? It comes down, touches this level of support. Clearly it's a level that was respected, you know what I'm saying? Came up here, tap, tap, resistance, resistance, came up here, kind of used it as a level of support, kind of disrespected it, but it was still using it, use it as a level of support. Nice little fake out before a move up, comes test the trend line, and then people are putting buys right here. It's a trend line and a level of support, but it wanted to wick down a little bit to grab some money because a lot of people, including myself, had our stop losses right below this level. So, non-retail traders, that's exactly what they did. They put in a lot of they put in big sell orders. We can't really move the market. Our money never moves the market. Market makers, banks, those type of people, they're moving markets. They're putting in, $2 million sales, moving this down, and they're putting a $6 million buy, and they're moving it up, and then eventually they're gonna come, probably break even on here, and then move back up, and that's an order block, and I'll eventually get into that. You know what I'm saying? I'll explain deeper into things. I don't want to make this video too long, but that's a lot of the reason why we got stopped out on here, and a lot of the reason why individuals, maybe even yourself, may be getting stopped out on a lot of the trades that you're taking, because you're thinking a lot like a lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? It's predictable, and your money's just getting taken out the market like that, right? So USDCAD, we caught the re-entry, and GJ. This is what I was talking about with order blocks, actually, so I can kind of explain it. Right, so I have these levels marked up on GJ. Um, this is the chart that I like to trade on. I like to trade on the 4 hour time frame. This is my time frame, I guess you could say. I really like the 4 hour. It does take more time for trades to play out, but it's really accurate. You know what I'm saying? Is a good risk to reward trades, and like you can see right here, this risk to reward 1 to 10. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure this is breaking all the way down, if not further, with this. And look at that. Like this trade could go way down here. You know what I'm saying? And that's all we're doing, is we're gonna monitor that. We're in this trade right now, and we're gonna see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I took this trade, okay? We have this. I have these levels marked up. You can see these lines. These are kind of just like key levels that I saw GJ kind of respecting, and we were respecting this trend line, right? Now, this is what I was talking about with grabbing liquidity, okay? And this is something called like fake outs. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I took this trade and I was taking it down, even though some people may say this is an uptrend. You want to trade with the trend, buy up. Overall we're moving down. You know what I'm saying? Which is why you want to look at a long, higher time frame too. In that case, because you can be on a 1 hour time frame. This looks like it's kind of sideways. You know what I'm saying? You zoom out a little bit, it looks like this might be making its way back up. But you go on a 4 hour and you can clearly see that it's still kind of going down. You can see that we kind of have a area of support down here, but it's still making its way down. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like this higher time frame. But I had these levels marked up on GJ, right? And the reason why I took this sell is because I predicted that this move up here above the trend line was just grabbing liquidity, and I kind of saw this move like back here, right? I was watching, I marked up this level. I saw that it was gonna, I had the trend line marked up. I saw it break above, come through. I saw it break and test this up here. And then I got off the chart like somewhere around here, I think. I didn't get to watch this fall happen. But in my head, I believed it was going to happen, right? I didn't take this sell because it wasn't the trade that I wanted to take. I wanted it to get back under this, trend line first. But what we were doing in this case right here, right, what the market was doing was we were following this trend line, right? We're breaking this trend line, right? People are buying because we're breaking this trend line. So like I said, you wanna not think so much like a retail trader, and that's not saying that retail trading is wrong or that retail trading is not the right way to do it. But if you're thinking like everybody else, you're gonna get stopped out a lot of the time. The trades are not gonna go in the direction a lot of the time. But that's the reason why it's also super important to have a directional bias. You know what I'm saying? I knew that this was going down. You know what I'm saying? Even though we have this kind of double bottom, we have a higher low right here compared to this low. I knew that overall we were moving down, and this still needed more confirmation in order to tell me that it was gonna move back up. You know what I'm saying? So it was testing this trend line right here. It breaks above, and kind of what I explain this as is some people caught this buy, right? It breaks above the trend line, it comes and tests the trend line, and aggressive traders are actually probably taking this buy right here. Some people are taking the buy right off the trend line, you know what I'm saying? Bounce off the trend line, they're taking it super super tight stop loss, taking it to wherever they want to take it, right? Probably, you know, getting afraid when it gets to like right here, taking out all their whole trade, or getting up here, not taking it out, letting it run all the way back down, you know, everything, all the mistakes we all make, right? But what the market is doing right here is it's making retail traders think that it's about to play the upside of this trend line. So a lot of people are gonna buy this right here, right? And if they didn't, it's gonna come back down and make people think that it's gonna bounce off of it again, right? So people are in these buys right here. People are, oh, so that's a fit. People are in these buys right here, right? Some people may not have taken, well, some people may not have taken the profit, and then it, you know, it runs back down and gets them out. Some people are taking buys right here, and it's immediately getting stopped out. And then what it's doing, right, because it seems like it's making this way back up, it comes, makes this little consolidation zone, right, and then it breaks above the trend line again. Now when it broke above the trend line, I sent the trade out in the group. I don't remember, let me actually go check, because I know I'm actually just sending this video to the group, so I don't think it really matters. But this right here, right, I sent the group GJ, right? It was consolidating, right? It hadn't broken above the trend line yet, but that's exactly what I was waiting for in order for it to make that move back down. Okay, so it was right here consolidating. We can see on the 1 hour time frame it was consolidating, not really going up or down, it's moving sideways. And when it broke above this trend line, let me actually go back to the 1 hour. I was looking for an order block. Okay, now I like to trade level to level because that is my, you know, that just happens to be my way of trading. You know, if I take a sell up here, I'm going to take it all the way down to this next level, maybe even this level, or just to the next significant order block. You know what I'm saying? Like this trade right here, my first take profit is actually going to be right here, because this is just a significant order block to me. Now, the reason why I was looking for an order block right here is because all an order block is where the market makers have, you know, tried to have pushed price in order to take everybody out of those retail trades that I'm talking about, right? So if we have, you know, let me actually try and look for an example. It's kind of good on like the 8-hour and daily time frames. Okay, right here, right? This would be a order block. Now the reason that this is an order block is because, you know, we have this level of support, right? You can see clearly on the, no, we can't really, okay, right here, yeah, okay. You can see on the 4-hour, right? We're creating this level of support. Bang, 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 bang. People are gonna buy right here because it's clearly an exhausted level. We need to go back up. It's not going down no more, right? So people are buying right here, but they're setting their stops below this level. Now an order block is where the market makers are pushing the price to take everybody out, and then they're moving the price in the direction that it's supposed to go, right? So this candle right here, this down candle right before this big up move, is the order block, because all this candle is telling us is that right here, let me draw a zone between here, between here and here, right? Let me make this less dark, right? Between there and there, okay? This candle started moving down right here, and it moved all the way down to here, right? I personally don't like to go all the way down to the bottom of the wick. I'll go down to the bottom of the body if the candle's moving down. If the candle's moving up, then we'll start at the wick, go to the top of the body. But because the candle's moving down, we'll stop at the body. And this is an order block. Now, like I said, it's just where the market makers pushed the price before it made the actual move. So like I said, people are going to have their buys here, buys here. Oh, that's not a buy. People are going to have their buys here, stops right below here, targets wherever they want to have their targets. And they're going to get stopped out. And they're going to get stopped out, and all that is market makers grabbing your money, because they have to have more money in order to make the move that they want to make, right? And when somebody else is winning, somebody is losing. When you're losing trades, when you're losing money in the market, somebody else is making that money. When you're making money, somebody else is losing that money. That just happens to be what it is, you know what I'm saying? But this order block is significant because that's when market makers had to get in, right? That's when they had to get in the market. You know what I'm saying? If that make I know. Okay, let me try and explain this further. Okay, so we're moving down, right? We're moving down. We create this level of support. People are buying. A lot of retail traders are buying right here, including institutional traders. Institutional traders know that this needs to go back up too. You know what I'm saying? So what they're doing is they're going to push price down before they push it up so that they can grab more money, right? So let's say, for instance, a market maker puts in a sell right here. They put in a like $3 million sell. You know what I'm saying? Put in a $3 million sell. Bang. It goes down. Now, with an institutional trader, right, it's not like a retail trader. It's not like they can just, an institutional trader can't scalp, okay? An institutional trader can't get in a trade and then get out right away. You know what I'm saying? So when they put in this $3 million sell, they're stuck in that trade even after this big move up. Now, they have so much money that that doesn't really matter, because eventually they can get back to this point. Now, you'll see what I mean in a second. You'll see why this area is so significant. You know what I mean? Now, when they made this, like, let's say this is a $3 million sell. Okay, what do I? Okay, right here. Let's say that was a $3 million sell. Okay, and then they put in like I don't even know what, like a $8 million buy. You know what I'm saying? So let's go here. Bang. $8 million buy. Okay. Now, the reason that this area is so significant, because a market maker isn't just gonna start going into the negatives and then just take their loss. You know what I'm saying? They got so much money that they can win whenever they want. They can just push price back to that direction, and they'll get it there so that they can at least hit break even on this trade, and then they're gonna let it do its thing, right? So let's say this, needs to go up. They're gonna the, the chart. Sorry, I really just stuttered real bad there. The chart and price is most likely to come back down to this area because these sellers want to break even. Okay, now keep in mind, this is not retail traders. This is institutional traders. This is traders that are making the market. Okay, these are people that are pushing price. You know what I'm saying? We can't push price. No matter how much you could have as much money as you want, you're not pushing price. Okay, market makers are pushing price. Now this is when they push price down. Now look, if we go to the left, we can see that's exactly where price came back down. Bang. It literally hit this price, hit this little green box. Now you can literally extend this green box. Okay, look, right into the middle of this green box. All these sellers broke even so that this could continue making its move up. Now, you can see, and now I hope that made sense, because I don't want to stick on that like way too long. You know what I'm saying? I already took forever. But right here, okay, I was looking for an order block within this level because it's so clean. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you have a big move like this, when you have a big move up or down, there's usually a good order block within there. Now, on the 1 hour, we can't really see it, but because I've kind of been looking at these for a little bit, I can kind of see that there's an order block within here because of these wicks. So I went down to I think it was a 30-minute. Let me check. Yeah, 30-minute. So bang, right here, you can see, right? um, you can see this order block. You can see this big move up before the bigger move down. Okay, you see a big move up before the bigger move down, and it's actually very key for your order block to be at a significant area. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of order blocks. We can see big move down, big move up, big move down, big move up, big move down, big move up. But the way you pick which order block you want to use is its area of significance, right? And what that order block is actually telling us, right? So in this 30-minute order block, we can see that we kind of had this level of support. we this is the area of time when we were above the trend line. We were coming back down to test the trend line, right? And we actually tested the trend line a couple of times, and when we tested it the second time, we had a big move up before we had the bigger move down. Now all this big move up is it's taking traders out that are selling with tight stop losses, and it's getting people in trades that may have buy stops. You know what I'm saying? Because people have buy stops set it, or buy limits set right on top of the trend line because they think it's going to bounce off the trend line. Some people are buying as soon as they see this move up off the trend line. Some people are buying, and then it continues way back down, taking them out, giving the market makers more money to continue their larger move. You know what I'm saying? So I seen this significant order block, and it was on its way back down. I highlighted it, you know what I'm saying, highlighted it green, and that was our entry, you know what I'm saying. So I sent it out to the group right around here. The order block is within here. You can't see it on the 4 hour or 1 hour, but if you scale down, you can find order blocks. You can even use bigger order blocks, like on here. I think what was it, GU? No, it was AU. AUD. Wait, was it? No, I don't think it. Wait, was it UCAD? Okay, I don't remember. But daily order blocks. Like honestly, I like higher time frames. They're less unpredictable, I guess you could say. But that's exactly how I found these trades. I hope I didn't explain that way too complicated. I know I'll get better at explaining, why we took trades and trying to teach you about, my process of looking at things. But yeah, we took a trade on UCAD. If you're in it, congratulations. Kudos to you for monitoring your stop loss. GJ, I sent that out like a couple hours before, so if you're tuned into the chat, you're in this trade. Um, these are a couple pairs that I look at often. I actually have good news, I guess you could say. I have a H4H. This is Hustle for Happiness. I have my website coming out soon. I'll actually go to here and show you guys. So yeah, this will actually be coming out soon. Let me go here. Bang bang. So online store. This is what it will look like. This is a demo, right? You're gonna have the course on here. One-on-one calls. And the course is actually going to be really cheap. I'm actually going to have a beginner's course. This was just a demo price. It's not going to be $120, but you guys will see when that happens. But I'll have mindset, mental wellness coaching, trading coaching for, obviously Forex. We're going to have a beginner's course first. I'm working on that right now. That'll be, the cheaper course, and I'm going to try and make that course not so, what everybody else does, I guess you could say, because everybody else, kind of makes the same thing. Everybody talks about the same stuff. It's the same information. And I just want to make a little group of information that's valuable, that can get somebody results, you know what I'm saying? That isn't too much, that doesn't cost them $1,000, you know what I'm saying? So it's working out, man. So I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. If you're learning, I'd appreciate feedback. You know what I'm saying? That'd be nice. If you made it all the way through this video, man, kudos to you for learning and um, you know uh, trying to just change your way of living. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely a tedious way of doing things, and learning to um, just tackle different sides of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Trading has a lot to do with psychology. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times with trading, it's not really so much something that you need to work on the chart. You know what I'm saying? It's usually something that you need to work on within yourself. And once you figure out what that something is, trading becomes a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, man, I hope y'all are doing good. I hope this was helping. I hope it helped. Yeah, and I'll talk to you guys later.